Hello everybody and welcome to another video of SG2 or Shippuden Generations 2. This is going to be a guide on the game to show you guys what's up with the game. And to show you guys how to progress, since I know games like these can be extremely confusing. I am joined by, right now, Ace Hyuga and Rei Uchiha, which are both Leaf Shinobi. And this is going to be my main account for the time being. I am right now a Hatake. And that's really going to be what we're going to be focusing on this video. And I will be showing you guys how to play the game and how to get far in Shippuden Generations 2. Enjoy. Hello everybody. Well, I mean again. But right now we are joined by, would you like to introduce yourself?
I am Salman or Sal.
Works for me. Either way, we are going to be focusing on Shippuden Generation 2 and the guide to Shippuden Generations 2. I hope you guys enjoy this very much. We are getting started now. First thing I want to do is press M to open up your skill tree, or your menu, whatever you'd like to call it. And get this one log icon called Substitution. Just click on it. You got it. What this allows you to do is now whenever you press R, it turns blue. And because of this, you are now able to substitute Chakra Dash and also avoid fall damage. Would you like to introduce the substitution? Just hit me up.
I'll give a demonstration. Alright, come at me, Hashim.
As such, with substitution, you're able to remove yourself from combos and remove that one hit of damage.
You're able to use substitution when before you're about to get hit. You're unable to substitute while you're in the middle of a combo or while you're in the middle of a jutsu.
So anyways, noting that subject, that basically means it's going to be very difficult to substitute during times, especially with servers with big amounts of lag and stuff like that. Next, I want to introduce the Chakra Dash. Would you like to demonstrate?
Yeah. So if you press R and then your screen turns blue, if you do that while dashing, which is Q, you can Chakra Dash.
This is normal from a different dash because you go much farther, but it does make a lot more noise, so your enemies will be able to see you coming. Next, I'd like to introduce avoiding damage using substitution and Chakra Dash methods. Once you make it up over here, you will be able to take fall damage if you fall from this height, as can be seen right here, right there. Now if I were to jump down and then substitute, as you can see, it takes a bit more chakra than it would have from health, but at the same time, you won't be dying anytime soon. Let's keep going! I'm gonna completely ignore that remark, but if we look through our bottom right, we shall be able to see two icons. Both will normally be the same, which are kunais. They may not even have icons at times. You can switch them by pressing T, and you can press E to actually throw them out. Would you like to demonstrate this since I'm broke?
Yeah, so there's a vast variety of kunais. The one that seems to be the meta right now is definitely the explosive kunai. Wait, come here. You press E to throw it, and then after a few seconds, once it latches onto somebody, it will explode.
Yeah, let us switch positions.
Yes, let us, Hashim.
Let us. Anyways, we're gonna keep on going, but this time on a high-tail run through all of Konoha. This was totally planned.
Amazing.
Anyways, certain quests will be held at different spots. We shall be introducing that later on, but for right now, this is one of the spots where quests are held.
Yeah, basically, once you create a squad with somebody, there's a button for a queue, which you just queue into a mission, and then those missions give you XP, which is actually a great way to segue into our next thing. If you go back into your menu, there's a vast variety of ninjutsu varying from, like water, fire, all that type of ninjutsu. Then there's taijutsu, kenjutsu, shuriken jutsu, and medical ninjutsu. Now, when you're first starting off, you might want to decide which one you want to specialize in. because by the time that you get to your max rank, you won't have enough skill points to unlock all of them. And for a lot of people, they kind of they're not able to specialize in any of them because they choose, like, they get, for example, they'll go all the way up to, they'll go halfway in taijutsu and then switch to kenjutsu. It's better to just choose one from the beginning and keep with that, variate every now and then, but for the most part, just try to stick to 1 or 2 skill trees.
Continuing on, you can see in the bottom right we have primary elements, secondary elements, and also in the bottom middle you can see skill points. It's kind of covered over your food bar, which is this yellow bar right here. Basically, you'd normally almost always try to specialize inside of these elements. For instance, my primary element is lightning. This gives me a buff on all lightning attacks, such as damage, and it keeps on going from there. And then from my second element, which is fire, it still gives me a buff, but not to the same degree. As you can see, I haven't been focusing at all on fire and have been focusing fairly little on lightning. I've been focusing more on meta attacks such as taijutsu and my clan jutsus. Clan jutsus are what appears on the sort of below taijutsu and also earth style. These clan attacks are almost what you'd always want to go for and differ from your clan, which is your last name.
Yeah, some clans may not have the best
Specialized jutsus, but most are fairly well at what they're doing. Moving on. Now we will be introducing the queuing aspect. I will first create a squad. Sal, if you would create one yourself.
Yeah.
Queue against one another, and I can show this properly.
The reason to queue in the first place is it's the main way to rank up, and in this game I think you start off from F- and go all the way to SS++. Basically, the reason why you would want to rank up is every time you do rank up, you get a skill point to invest into your skill tree, which, you know, further unlock jutsus and stuff. That's why I would recommend especially to use those skill points sparingly, because it's kind of hard. You can get skill point resets, but they're pretty expensive and pretty annoying to deal with. Other than that, queuing is really just to gain XP, to rank up, and every time you gain a certain rank, for example, right now me and Hashim are both at C+. The only way, once we get to B, and to rank up ahead of B, we'd have to do the tuning exam, right, Hashim?
Yes, that would be correct. And for D- and above, it would be the Genin exam.
Exactly, yeah. And then Jonin exam and stuff. And you just do that to further your rank and stuff. It can get kind of annoying sometimes, but it's pretty fun.
It is quite the tedious effort. And now we will be moving on to the next requirement for ranking up, which will be trainings. Continuing on, we are going to be demonstrating the whole training phase, which is another requirement for ranking up. Would you like to demonstrate?
Yeah, in each village there should be a trainings area. I don't know how it is in like the other villages, but at least in Leaf there's this is how the training area looks like, right?
Right.
So there are multiple different types of trainings. Right here we have a hand sign training. There's a kunai training, spar training, which doesn't work, push-up training, block training, and I think there's one more. No, that's all. Right, so after you queue up and do some missions, you're going to gain some money in which you can invest in these trainings in order to get you more XP, right? I wouldn't recommend overusing one type of training. Like, for example, doing hand sign over hand sign over hand sign isn't really the best idea because the XP outcome kind of goes down over a bit. And something I'd always also recommend, right, is using a weighted gear before you ever do a training, because what that's gonna do is, I think does it double, or it doubles, right?
I think it just multiplies it. Would you mind putting it on for a quick second?
It's just Rock Lee's like weight gear or whatever. Anyway, you buy a training. For now, I'm just gonna do hand sign training because that's the easiest. And then you once you use it, it's gonna like make a sound. I think. Yeah, it's gonna say start on your screen, and you just do the hand signs until and see how I think it's how fast you can get it or whatever. But yeah, you just do the hand signs and stuff, and by the end of it, wait. Yeah, by the end of it, you should gain a pretty hefty amount of XP. Always remember to like level out your combat XP to your hand sign XP and your mission XP, because once you max one side, you can't do like you have to do the others to get it up. Like say I only do hand sign trainings or I only do trainings, I won't be to a certain point. It's just gonna stop giving me XP, and I'm gonna have to go do missions or get combat XP.
Either way, moving on. That's basically going to be the gist of ranking up for the short while. Keep in mind trainings do cost money and they do differ, at least hand sign training does differ per village when it comes to money, and that fully depends on the reputation of the village. That is the gist of trainings, and that's the gist of ranking ups. Now I will be explaining the exams to you very quickly and then we'll end off the video. So with exams, you will need to do Genin exams to pass around D+ rank. The requirement is D- through D+. And then for Chunin exams, you're going to need D- through D+ in order to attend. Anything higher will make it so you cannot attend. And then for Jonin exams, they've been switching this out a bit, but for now it's A+ to S-, as I've heard.
Yeah. Also, a really big thing about this game is the amount that lore plays in. Like, the game is like a lore-based game. It's also a permadeath game, which is kind of annoying. But basically, every village has a community-driven Kage, which is voted for by the people of the village and stuff. Which is all operated on Discord and whatnot. But these Kages will decide to have war with each other, in which we'll all be wrapped in. But it's like a very interactive community and stuff. And there's also PDs, which is permadeath, meaning if you were to die within that PD, you would get wiped, and then you'd have to restart. You get your clan re-rolled. You'd get pretty much everything re-rolled, all the way from your jutsu, your clan, your hairstyle, whatever. Or not hairstyle, your hair color. And yeah, wiping and lore is a really big part of the community, and it's a really big part of the game in general. But other than that, I think we're good.
Okay. So keep in mind Discord's linked below. It may take a while to join the Discord since it's wave-based, meaning they'll only have you join the Discord and properly roll you in the Discord during certain times, which I really couldn't tell you when. It's all randomized, and that's really all it is to it. Hello guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video of Shippuden Generations 2. Keep in mind this was just a guide. Comment down below for any other concerns or questions. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.